The taxi drove west away from the rail station, avoiding the Monday evening commuter traffic on Mumford Street. Instead, we encountered it along Green Park. Skirting Queen Square, we swung round the circus, where lights twinkled in the austere Georgian terraces that formed the circle, doing their small part against the January darkness. No quicker a journey than walking, and certainly not cheaper, but I'd had no energy for the hike from the train up to Middlebank House. Perhaps I should have done. Nervous excitement had built up during my afternoon journey from Liverpool to Bath. My tummy a twitter at the thought of the First Edition Society's inaugural literary salon. It would be my first official public event as curator, and would go live in only 24 hours. Nerves were the order of the day. When I walked into the entry, Mrs. Woolgar, Society Secretary, shot out of her office and, dispensing with formalities, said, "Miss Burke, a man delivered 6 cases of wine this afternoon. I had him leave them in the kitchenette. But will we need that much?" "I tell you what," I said, dropping my case next to the hall stand and hanging up my coat. "If they don't drink it all during the salon tomorrow evening, you and I can finish it off after everyone's left." Behind her glasses, Mrs. Woolgar's eyes grew large. "Well, I hardly think—" She caught herself. "Or we'll keep it until next week's salon," I said. "And the next, or however long it lasts. We've saved £15 with a large order." "And Professor Fish? You're certain he'll arrive early enough tomorrow? And Mr. Moffat knows to collect him?" Actually, Arthur Fish wasn't a professor. He was a tutor at a college in London. But as he was our lecturer for the inaugural salon, I thought it better not to press the point. Titles and position meant a great deal to Mrs. Woolgar. "Mr. Fish will come down on the train and arrive by midday, and Val will meet him." I'd been over this with her, but repeating it helped me as much as I hoped it helped her. "I've a cold lunch arranged," or would have, as soon as I did the shopping in the morning at Waitrose, "and he'll have a quiet afternoon to sort himself out over a cup of tea." While she tried to think of another potential disaster, my reading on the situation, the secretary smoothed the cutwork collar on her dress. She wore her usual style frock, a narrow skirt and wide lapel, this one navy with matching belt. I admit to a bit of envy at Mrs. Woolgar's 1930s wardrobe. Narrow skirts didn't suit me. "Still," she said, "I'm not entirely comfortable with the title of his talk. 50 Ways to Murder. Rather sensational." I might have conceded her point, but for the fact it was also the title of his popular book, and that Middlebank was home to the First Edition library, a stunning collection of books from the women authors of the golden age of mystery. It had been the lifetime passion of Lady Georgiana Fowling, who, through her élan and generous nature, had garnered the love and admiration of the people of Bath, and the worldwide membership of the Society. Her ladyship had died almost 4 years ago, at the grand old age of 94, and, sadly but inevitably, during the last few years of her life, the Society had diminished, and the world's attention had turned elsewhere. This is where I came in. "The title did its job, though, didn't it?" I reminded her. "The entire series of salons was sold out in a fortnight, even though we had only this first title to announce." Mrs. Woolgar sighed, and I knew this indicated she could think of no other argument for the moment. "That arrived by hand for you this afternoon," she said, nodding to a brown envelope on the hall stand. Comic Sans font had been used to print out both my address, Ms. Hayley Burke, curator, First Edition Society, Middlebank House, and the return address, Make an Exhibition of Yourself, James Street West, Bath. "Thank you," I said. "I believe I can leave it for the morning." "Well, then," Mrs. Woolgar said, "I'll say good night. Tomorrow will be an eventful day, I'm sure." "Yes, it will be, in the best possible way."